Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for the families and the student athletes, the coaches and the staff and the BCA staff that are here tonight to celebrate our student athletes, to honor their achievements and the wins and losses, the ups and downs that they've gone through this past year. We pray for this evening that we have a great time of connection, of fellowship, and of just celebrating our student athletes and the year that we've had. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, let me start by inviting up our U15 head coach, Todd Cole, and he'll get us started.
Good evening, and welcome to the PHA Awards Banquet for 2025. We always told our boys throughout the year that hockey is a game of numbers. The first one, obvious, is the score of the game, right? Shots for, shots against, win-loss record, block shots, save percentage, and zone time. A summary of our season by our numbers. 200 hours of practice time, 200 hours of workout time with Travis, 60 hours of leadership class with Kevin, 15,000 kilometers traveled by bus and air, 160 hours on the bus, 2 cans of Febreze, 47 games played, including exhibition tournaments. And in our case this year, we had 80 man games lost due to injuries and suspension, which left us with only 7 games played with a full roster. Additional numbers and memories from the year: 1 NHL game, 1 AAHL game, multiple shopping trips to the mall, a hiking trip up Grouse Mountain that I sat and watched the boys do, first experience of a bus trip through the mountains for some of our players, 2 Sasquatch sightings, multiple trips to Dairy Queen for blizzards. From Bozeman to Beachy, Thunder Bay to Sherwood Park, Gilbert Plains to Utrecht, Netherlands, and multiple places in between. We had thousands of laughs, hundreds of life lessons learned, and 17 new lifelong friendships. Thank you to the parents of the U15 AAA players for letting Connor and I be part of your son's hockey and life journey. Thank you.
All right, I like a couple of those videos, just seeing the guy, just come on, just get that plus minus up. Just slide on there just as the goal's getting scored. Now I'm going to invite up U17 head coach Gary Clark.
Yes, welcome for everyone, all the parents, family, friends. It's good to see a good crowd out here tonight. I'm happy that they asked me to be that I was able to follow the oldest coach on the coaching staff here today. Nice to be able to follow him. And a great job. He did steal some of my materials. I guess we should have talked beforehand, but I'm going to go over a little bit over some games. I thought that meant something to me this year, and then talk a little bit about the team. Starting, I guess our league record, 121, lost 13, overtime losses 2, overtime wins 2. Started off the regular season with a 7-3 win versus Edge at home, which is always good, always a tough team. Kind of got us on the right foot. We went then to Edge tournament, lost the first 2 games, but it kind of showed what our team was. Won the third one, 11-3. Then up to Edmonton, OHA down 3-0 after the first, if some of these guys can remember some of these games. 4-2 in the third. Tied it up, but unfortunately lost in overtime. But then went into Nax and beat them. So once again, just kind of saying about our team, how resilient we were, never kind of give up attitude. Rink Winnipeg won the first two. For me, it was kind of a turning point in the year because we seemed to gain confidence. We won the first two, lost the third one because I think we were then maybe a little overconfident. But that's being a positive thing to learn from, and I think we did. A turning point in the season. For us, that also, it's a team game, and we gotta work as a team together. Another Edge showcase just before Christmas, winning all 3 games, and then actually beating OHA Penticton 6-1 the final game, who were eventually league champions. Prep tournament here was a good challenge for us after the Christmas break. Guys were a little older, bigger than we were in general, but I thought it set us on the road for the second half of the year with those guys. Once again, another Edge weekend, lost the first one against Edge. It was 3 games, beat them 4-1, second game, and had a great game. Unfortunately lost the rubber game, but it was a great weekend for us. And then the final weekend of the regular season, 2 shutouts against Nax, 5-0, 7-0, I believe, and then beat OHA Edmonton final game. During the season, then we went to a tournament, Crown tournament, very end of the year. During the Lorne Mulligan tournament here, we lost 7-1 quite handily to Fort Saskatchewan. Yes, it was. And in the Crown tournament there, we ended up beating them 4-2. So it was good showing the improvement of our team that we thought. Playoffs, going to Penticton. It was kind of the most important game because if we were able to win that, then we may have a shot at the championship. But unfortunately, lost 2-1 to, once again, OHA Penticton, who were eventual champions. We have one guy, he might say it's a disputed goal scored against him, I think, in that game also. Second game, ended up losing to the team Kelowna, who actually ran away with the league. But in that game, I've coached lots of years. There was a situation that happened that never happened in my lifetime. I was on the bench. It was about halfway through the game. I think they were up 2-0 at that time. And I didn't realize that we happened to have a professional ventriloquist at the game on our bench. Because all of a sudden the referee stopped at center ice, turned and was looking at our bench, and was screaming at our bench, "You're gone, you're gone, you're gone, get out of here, get off the bench," blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what did I say? What did I do? I don't know. We had a professional ventriloquist on our bench, and he got to stay on the bench. I had to leave. Just kind of might throw that in there. I'm not saying any names, so I'm not saying any names. But going from that tournament, fortunately lost to those guys. But once again, saying, it's a tough game to play. All the guys here will know that. You play a tough game the next game and trying to win and motivate. But we won 4-0 the last game. So once again, showing kind of the character of our guys, being resilient team. Just some small points here with us. Like Todd said, some of our team building at the beginning of the year, we did some paintball here just outside of Moose Jaw there, canoeing with the principal, had a lifeguard back. I think some guys spent more time in the water than the actual canoe, I think, if they can remember that. They had some good leadership sessions with Micah. A highlight for me a little bit was the And I think Luca enjoyed it too. It was a Christmas party when we had the White Elephant Exchange. It was a lot of fun up in Calgary with that. Just saying about our guys, just want to say something about it. And first of all, I hope I keep it together. When I'm saying this, I've coached 37 years. I think maybe 3 times. No, I don't think that's 37 years, that's for sure. 3 times, I think, counting this year, where you have a dream season of players. We didn't raise our voice too often, I don't think. Me coming back here, being new, it was a real blessing to have these guys and a real team that they made kind of themselves, and it was not so much, like I say, we finished 5th in our league. It wasn't that we were doing real spectacular teams. But what these guys did for us is they really built a great legacy, outstanding attitude, and the guys, 20 guys coming together as a team. And I think really epitomize what PHA is all about. Very special guys. The guys coming following them are gonna have tough shoes to fill, because there's a real great culture from our guys, and the guys becoming new into our team. We want to keep building on that. And I'm saying this for myself and from Mike. It's not just us teaching them, it's them teaching us. And they've left they're leaving a great legacy here. These guys really loved one another. And they were a great band of brothers. It was so much joy, so a real blessing to see them grow into young men, and how proud. Mike and I are of these guys. You don't always see the fruits of your labor, and I think it's one thing that we're not maybe going to see it, but down the road, these guys are going to be great men, great fathers, great people in their community. So I want to thank them. Micah wants to thank them, for the brotherhood and the culture and the caring that they really had for one another. Like I say, 37 years. 3rd time where this kind of really hit home. Thank you very much.
All right, almost had to get Eric to cue the Oscar music there for Gary. No, I love it though, Gary. Let's invite U17 Prep Head Coach Rob Holine to give his recap.
Hi, everybody. Thank you all for being here to share this night with us. Where are our guys here? Right here? Here? Yeah. Okay. Just know where I'm looking. Our young men had a very successful season, despite getting off to a bit of a slow start. For us, there's some tough times early, many factors that played into a 1-6 record. Like having 17 first years on the team and having to play regular season games 11 days after stepping foot on campus. Looking back now, we know all the adversity we went through early in the season prepared us for what was to come. For Chad and I, one of the most transformative periods of the season that stood out to us was between the Western Canadian Crown in mid-October to our showcase in Penticton mid-November. This is when we saw a lot of growth as a team and the overall coming together of our culture. The Crown gave us our first taste of what we truly were capable as a team in securing the B final. From there, we found some confidence and started to see the fruit of that with a few wins. But most importantly, you guys started to come together. We started to see trust and respect being built between teammates as well as between players and coaches. The difference maker for us, and we think you boys would agree, would be from sharing our 4-H's the week leading up to the Penticton Showcase. Ethan, Mason, Hunter, I told Daryl I wouldn't do this. You returning guys came to us asking if we could share these 4-H's earlier this season because you guys recognized that the team could really benefit from it. And so we did it. And thank you for your help, and I'm sure your teammates will thank you too. For those who don't know what our 4-H's are, they stand for hero, highlight, hardship, and hope. And it is a powerful exercise that summarizes our life individual journeys. And really none of it has much to do with hockey, but more so who we are as people and where we come from. After sharing our stories, it seemed like a weight had lifted off everyone's shoulders, knowing we can relate to each other on a deeper level, and it seemed to give our motto of Ubuntu, and I am because we are a lot more life. From that moment on, it seemed we had the culture we had been searching for and finished extremely strong going into Christmas break and never really looked back after that. A couple other highlights from the first half that stuck out. Luke Pratt jumping into a freezing cold ocean to catch a crab out in Vancouver after Chad said he would never do it. Well, he did it. Getting storm stayed in Brandon and watching you guys chicken fight in the pool that night. Just seeing you guys be kids is one of the best things as a coach to get to see. Hiking the mountain in Banff on the way home from Penticton. And then another special one, our Christmas party and street hockey tournament in front of our house. We were only supposed to play for about 2 hours and we went for close to 5. Took full body contact in the snowbanks, even coaches too. Other than a few bloody noses and one shoulder needing surgery, we all made it out alive. Coming back after Christmas, we started talking about leaving our jersey in a better place and what kind of legacy we were going to leave here as a team at PHA. Well, you guys got right to work with that one. Everyone contributed in our home tournament and was eventually capped off with a dramatic come-from-behind win in the final versus SSAC from Edmonton. Even giving up the go-ahead goal late and being down by 1, we battled back and didn't quit, answering with one of our own to tie it with a goalie pulled with seconds remaining, and then to win it in OT with less than a second left on the clock. To say we were proud of that team effort would have been an understatement and really set the tone for the rest of the year. From there, you scraped, clawed, and earned your way into a playoff spot as the 12th seed. And you boys made the most of your opportunity and capped off the year with what we knew you were capable of from day one. Upsetting the number 6 and number 1 seeds and earning yourselves a semifinal matchup versus OHA Edmonton, who we knew were a strong rival and had some heated history, having lost to them 11-5 and 6-3 in the regular season, and them rubbing it in our face and taking some liberties on us late in those games. We made sure to point it out and remember those moments for such a time as that semifinal. Being down 2 goals 2 different times, you guys battled back and showed your resilience again, like you did all year. And eventually you got the last laugh, defeating Edmonton 5-4 in a shootout after one of the wildest 3-on-3 OTs most of us have ever been a part of. And unfortunately, after a great week in Penticton, that one team in BC would eventually prove to be too much in the final. All that being said, regardless of results, highs and lows, we hope you guys see just how far you've come as a group. And always remember this year as one of the biggest years of development as a young man and hockey players for yourself. In closing, Chad and I would like to thank our parents for allowing your young men to join us this season. It truly means the world to us. And most importantly, thank you men from the bottom of our hearts for all your hard work and respect this year. The way you conducted yourselves on and off the ice was incredible, and we are very proud of you. It is safe to say you've left your jersey in a better place for the next group. Thank you, and we love you guys.
Have you ever guys heard the left-hand anger? So like you have somebody's just about to freak out. They're like, left-hand anger, like don't use your strong arm. Well, since November, I've had to use right-hand anger because I've had no right arm. That was the shoulder surgery. But yeah, no, it was fun being out there with the guys, playing some street hockey. And I'm up to here now, so it's getting there. All right, enough about me. Back to the 18 preps. Evan McFeeder is going to come and give us a recap.
Look at Prouder. Good evening, everybody. Just want to thank everyone for being. Thanks, Robes. Thanks, Robes. I want to thank everyone for taking time out of their days to come out here. I know a lot of families traveled from all over Western Canada, and we even have players from overseas here. So we really thank everyone for spending their Friday evening here at Briarcrest with us. The season isn't just, or this isn't just about our U18 group. I want to make that pretty clear even from our group. Our guys have a natural knack to be leaders, especially our older guys over here. So our guys just want to make sure that they thank each and every one of the players that are younger for making this evening real nice for everyone that's part of the academy. And on behalf of the U18 preps guys, I want to thank Principal Lewis and the faculty here at Briarcrest. And then there's a staff that's even greater here. So we got Travis Earhart. I want to thank Kevin Thiessen, Daryl Osborne. I've seen Dr. Meyer here. We got many athletic therapists to take care of these guys. And then obviously the families here of all of our players. So I really appreciate you guys tonight. So I'm a big believer that honesty is important. These guys know that about me. So back in September, I was real honest with this group here. When we first came together, I saw a group of average hockey players. It's no disrespect, but I thought we were just okay. But I quickly discovered that beneath the surface here, we had a group of guys that really desired to become a hockey team. A group of players from all walks of life, like I mentioned before, but these guys really sought direction on becoming a team, willingness to grow, willingness to evolve, and to accept change for the group to have success. It wasn't long before our group embraced a simple motto: move the needle. That's exactly what we set out to do. We wanted to shift the standard, we wanted to raise the bar, and we wanted to evolve the environment with the U18s that would carry over to all the other players that are a little bit younger than our group. Our season kicked off in September at a tournament in Edge in Calgary. We actually dropped our first game. I don't know if you guys remember that. But instead of folding, our group actually rallied around a loss to start the year. And we were able to fight our way back to a championship game. And one of the most defining moments of our year actually happened in our third or fourth game of the season. We were down 3 goals with 4 minutes left to play. And like I said, this group never folded. They actually impressed me with how hard they dug in that moment. We pulled our goaltender. We went 6 attackers. We ended up tying the game with 3 empty net goals in the final 4 minutes of the game. And then the icing on top was our captain winning it in overtime. So good job, fellas. So a win's a win. Some are prettier than others, but it wasn't just a win for our group. That really instilled a lot of belief in our dress room. So like I said, these guys were, in my opinion, were a bunch of average hockey players that wanted and desired to be more, but we didn't know how the season was going to end up. You always draw it up as best you can in September, and you don't know how it's going to look like in March. And that was a defining moment for our team, because we felt that we were as good as anybody. And then from there, it was just a sign of what was more to come. As we moved into October and November, we really found our rhythm. Our boys started to learn how to practice properly, with purpose, and to build our own identity. And I talked to our guys, like there's great identity, there's great culture at Prairie Hockey Academy in Briarcrest, but we wanted to be our own. We wanted to be our own 24, 25 guys in our dress room. We wanted to be ourselves. And you guys will see how we played in the video here. But we really found who we were. We went 8-2 in October. We carried that on to being 20-4 by Christmas break. And our momentum wasn't just in our record. We actually took the hope out of winning. We didn't show up to games hoping we were going to win. We turned that into our expectation, and we really made some waves, and we turned some heads, and we sent a message to not just people at the U18 level, but people in the hockey world to allow these players to play at the next level when we were able to beat Winnipeg 3 games in 3 nights in our dungeon across the parking lot over here. After that, our motto turned from move the needle to anyone, anytime, any place. So throughout the year, Robes, Eric, everyone knows Eric, he would often ask me after a game, Evan, are we any good? And time after time, I would reply, nah, I think we're just okay. And that was my honest answer. But time after time, these guys just seemed to prove me wrong. Whether it was coming from behind or showing up on time and really extending leads or whatever it took to win, we found ways to win throughout the year. And honestly, that's a sign of a great hockey team. At the final tournament of the year, we were up in a pool of death because of these rankings that we have no control over. Teams that are deemed to be maybe higher talent level, maybe a little bit of a bigger school. We found ways to win. Even when everything seemed to go wrong, our goaltender exiting the game, our bus being pulled over on the way to Penticton, players injured, players sick. Sometimes you have to outscore the officiating. We found a way to win against some teams that were deemed better than us on paper. But when the game's played, guys, and then even for these younger guys, that stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're from, who your agent is. It does a little bit matter who your mom and dad is because they love you. But when the game's played, it's just between the lines, 200 feet by 85. And that's where these guys really came to play. So these guys, like I said, they moved the needle. They didn't quit. They found ways to win. And they impressed me throughout the year. We ended up setting some pretty lofty expectations for this U18 group after our start. So we revisited what our goals were. Like I said, thought we were just an average team or average group of players, but we turned it into a really elite team. So we set our expectation of being the best team in Western Canada. And I really thought we were there. Now, did we accomplish the goal of winning our league? No. In a one-game playoff, anything can happen. But what we did do was, I think, far more meaningful. I think we certainly moved the needle for Prairie Academy at the U18 level. We earned respect across the hockey world. And every single one of these guys, they got better at hockey. They did it while representing the school with integrity, grit, class, as well as their home communities. To the players, thank you guys for your trust, your effort, and your belief in the coaching staff. To the families, thank you for your support and being part of your players' journey. And thanks to Eric Robitaille, because what you guys see is only a fraction what that gentleman does. Sorry. I'm usually better at this, but Robes does a lot for everyone in this room, so I want you guys to give him a hand. Sorry, Robes, I wasn't expecting that. And then to everyone involved at Prairie Academy, thank you guys for all your help in this successful season. Like I said, it's not just about our team, it's about every team, and let's continue to move in the needle here.
I just got a quick, short, sweet one. I went with these guys to Winnipeg for one of their showcases. And in between one of the periods, I was just watching, listening to Coach Evan. And as they were talking to the guys, one of the things I really liked was Evan was always kind of short and sweet. He just came in. He's like, boys, we're not good enough. And if we keep playing this way, we're going to lose. And they just gave him a couple points. This is who we are. And they just reminded them of their identity. And the boys just put their heads down. And they came back and won the game. And for me, that's, again, just a summary of what I saw with those guys all years. Being with these guys in the classroom, seeing a lot of these guys over the past 2 years, it's just a team that's hard to beat. Pretty cool to watch. We're going to move into the first half of our awards before we have our meal. And so what I'm going to do for each one of these, so guys, if you're coming up to present, please listen to this. Award winners, please listen to this. All the presenters are going to come up to the front. We'll just do one at a time. After you announce your winner, please shake the winner's hand, and then you're going to head over to the left here to the photo booth, take a couple pictures. What you're going to do is winner and the presenter are going to take a photo together, just the winner, and then winner and the coach. So head coaches, assistant coaches, if you want to head over there for those pictures. And then I'm going to give you the trophy. You're going to take it over, take your picture, then you're going to hand it back to me. The next guy will come up to present, and we'll go like that. So we're going to start off with the Ryan Smith Top Forward Award. And our presenters for these awards are Addison Warner, Tyson Ross, Bryden Wagner, and Chase Kuhn. Please come up, guys.
Good evening. My name is Addison Warner. I'm proud to be presenting the U15 Ryan Smith Top Forward Award tonight. This award is given to the forward who has a major impact on our team's success throughout their skill, consistency, and compete level throughout the season. The player receiving this award brought it every single night, whether it was scoring a big goal, setting up a teammate, or battling in the corners. He consistently led the charge in front. He didn't just rely on the talent. He worked hard in practice, showed up, and focused on games, and improved he could be counted on in any situation. Beyond the stats, what stood out most was his work ethic and leadership on and off the ice. He was a great example for the rest of us and always found that the way to make those around him better. The winner of this year's U15 Ryan Smith Top Forward Award goes to Noah Delorier.
Hey everyone, hope you're having a great evening tonight. I'm Tyson Ross from the U17 AAA team, and I have the honor of presenting the Ryan Smith Top Forward Award. This forward, he came ready to work every day, either getting dialed for games or practice. He's one of our hardest workers and one of our most reliable players, whether we needed a goal, hit, or just a play to get us going. He would always show up to games ready to go. And yeah, not only would he get dialed, he's also a pretty funny guy. I remember on the bus, I think this was after Edmonton, every weekend we swept, we'd always fight on the bus, and a fight broke out, and a bag of Doritos started being swung around. And yeah, it hit someone and exploded everywhere, so tough cleanup after. Micah wasn't too impressed, but yeah. This year's winner for the Ryan Smith Top Forwards, Cashin Smith.
Good evening. My name is Bryden Wagner. I was given the honor to present the Ryan Smith Top Forward Award tonight. This award recognizes a teammate who constantly demonstrates his dedication, leadership, loyalty, work ethic, and resilience during the ups and downs throughout the season. This person has been a role model in our program, whether it was on the ice, in the gym, or even on road trips. This person was our assistant captain and led our team in points, showing he is very inspiring on the ice. Not only is he inspiring on the ice, he also inspires the people in the dorm to go grounding outside. And now, the winner of this year's Ryan Smith Top Forward Award is Seamus Dillon.
Good evening. My name is Chase Kuhn from our U18 Preps. I am presenting the Ryan Smith Award, which is for the top forward. There will be 2 players receiving this award tonight. This award recognizes a teammate who has always been demonstrating an inspiring leadership, dedication, work ethic, resilience, personality, and lived up to our team's standard of being a good dude. Whether it's during games, practices, workouts, or in the classroom, or even on road trips, this award celebrates the qualities that make someone a role model in our program. I'm honored to be the one presenting it tonight because this year, these recipients have truly shown what this award is all about. Throughout the season, both of these fine gentlemen have become what I believe are good friends of mine, and on behalf of the team, I can say they've become good friends with everyone. These boys put up some impressive points as well as some clutch goals and moments of desperation that helped with our team's success. If you go to the school or you're in the rink often, you've probably heard both of them crash out a few times, but it's all in good nature and it's pretty funny. One of them gets quite angry when he gets out in sewer ball before a workout or before games, but it always gets the boys going and it helps the fellas get loose before a big game. The other may have broken a few chairs in his dorm room after a tough loss for the Minnesota Wild, but it always made me laugh in my room when I could hear him through the dorm doors. And now, the co-winners of this year's Ryan Smith Top Forward Award is Rylan Emai and Hubert LaRose.
All right. Next, we're going to move to the Adam Lawson Top Defenseman. And our presenters I'm going to invite up are Ben Weens, Cashton Smith, Luke Pratt, and Micah Davidson. Please come up.
Probably should have pulled this up a bit sooner. All right. Good evening. My name is Ben Weens, and I'm proud to be presenting the Adam Lawson Award for the top defenseman. This award recognizes the defenseman who consistently made a high-level impact on the ice and someone who played tough minutes, contributed on both ends of the ice, and was trusted in every situation. This year's winner was a true workhorse. He regularly played 30 minutes a night, and he was the kind of player our coaches leaned on in all situations. Power play, penalty kill, last minute of a period, you name it. He made smart, composed decisions under pressure and had the hockey IQ to control the pace of the game. Offensively, he created chances and moved the puck with confidence. Defensively, he was reliable, positionally sound, and rarely made a mistake. Game in and game out, he brought consistency and stability to our back end. The winner of this year's Adam Lawson Top Defenseman Award is Hudson Honey.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cashton Smith, and I've got the honor of handing out the Top Defenseman Award for this year's U17 AAA team. This guy, what a season he had this year. Not only did he lead our entire team in points, yeah, you heard that correctly, a D-man leading into points, but he was our captain of our team and led us and kept us focused as a group and made sure we're all working together. He never missed a bus ride without him supplying a full case of root beer, and we're blessed with his questionable music choices. Overall, he's a thrill to watch and commanded the ice with his leading of the team in points, but kept our team together as a leader. He was a true leader and someone who only not earned this award, but deserves it. Give it up for your captain and top defenseman of this year, Tyson Ross.
Instead of saying good evening, I'm going to be cracking a little joke here. So the other day, went and bought an ATM, and it only makes coins. And I was wondering, why haven't nobody thought of this sooner? And I was like, thought to myself, it only makes sense. So my name is Luke Pratt, and I'm presenting the Adam Lawson Top Defenseman Award for the U17 Prep team. This award recognizes a teammate who consistently demonstrates leadership, dedication, hard work, and resilience throughout the season, whether during a game, practice, workouts, in the classroom, or on road trips. This award celebrates qualities that make someone a role model, and I am honored to present it tonight because this year, the recipients have truly shown what this award is all about. Here's why I believe they deserve it. Whenever we needed someone to step up and take lead, these guys were always the ones to do so. They took every chance to get better, whether it was in practice or in the gym. They would always work their hardest and push the others to work hard. That's why they were successful in the games. The winner of the Adam Lawson Top Defenseman Award goes to Lucas Graham and Ethan Unger.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Micah Davidson. I'm presenting the Adam Lawson Top Defenseman Award for the U18 Prep team. So, first off, just for me, what differentiates a guy who just plays hockey from a hockey player is character. And this guy displayed exactly that. He was always the kind of guy who'd, first off, just in the dressing room, he'd ask you how your day's going and just how you been on a Tuesday in November. And he was always the guy who'd just lighten the mood in the room. In games, apart from hockey play specifically, he was always the guy who'd stay composed on the bench. Even those tough games against like Nax or Edge, when we were down a goal or tied up in the third period, he'd always be the guy who would just bring optimistic energy and positive energy to the team. And on the ice, so as a goaltender, it says something when you can trust a D in your defensive zone. You know he's not going to make a mistake, and you don't have to feel shaky about it. And that's exactly why he was just one of our best defensemen defensively, and he was just great player on the ice. And now for the award, for the winner of this award, goes to the guy who was top defenseman, also worst farmer stand, Ryland Moldy.
All right, now we're going to move to the Randy Brownlee Top Goalie Award. And our presenters I'm going to invite to come up are Ivy Vermeulen, Seth Watson, Cohen Pierce, and AJ Paulson.
Good evening. My name is Ivy Vermeulen, and I'm honored to be presenting the Randy Brownlee U15 Top Goaltender Award tonight. This award goes to the goalie who consistently gave our team a chance to win through focus, work ethic, and clutch performances in net. This year, both our goalies were outstanding, and choosing one was not an easy decision. They each brought something valuable to the team and helped carry us through the season. The winner of this year's award stood out with his consistent play and an ability to hold us into games we sometimes had no business being in. His calm presence and focus under pressure made a huge impact to the team. The highlight of his season, and probably the year for all of us, was when he faced 119 shots in one game and he refused to quit. He kept going. That performance alone speaks to his toughness and compete level. Off the ice, he's a mature, hard-working guy who's always positive. The winner of this year's U15 Randy Brownlee Top Goaltender Award is Connor Aldag.
I hope you're having a good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Seth Watson. The last line of defense on every team. What do you look for in a goalie? You want a calm, athletic, and flexible goalie that is able to move quickly across the net to make big saves. Goalies also need to be focused and mentally tough to be able to shake off goals and stay locked in. This year we were very lucky to have 3 of them that pushed each other every day to be better. One night at supper, it took this guy 2 hours to eat a large pizza. His dad made the comment, he plays goal. He eats like he plays goal. I'd have to disagree with you, Miles. This guy helped us win many games this year. One of his most notable wins was against RHA Winnipeg when he had a 64 save shootout win. He was a top 3 goalie all year. He finished the season with a 9.27 save percentage and a 2.26 goals against average. The Prairie Division first All-Star team goalie and PHA U17 top goaltender. This year's top goaltender award goes for our team goes to Cole Fox, also known as Foxy.
Good evening. My name is Cohen Piers, and I'll be presenting the Randy Brownlee Top Goaltender Award this evening. This award recognizes a teammate who consistently demonstrates resiliency, confidence, dedication, and leadership. Whether it's during games, practices, workouts, in the classroom, or even on road trips, this award celebrates the qualities that make someone a role model in our PHA program. I'm honored to be presenting this award here tonight because this year's recipient has truly shown what this award is all about. The top goaltender recipient and I go back a long way, from U13 and U15 AA, all the way to U15 AAA, and now playing U17 prep here at PHA. We have a lot of history and a lot of stories together, way too many to share here tonight. I'm not sure if you're aware, but in this room, you're in the presence of not only a top goaltender, but also a top social media influencer. Even though the influencer part is self-proclaimed, his social media influence was good enough to even influence his own self. On a more serious note, I've seen an extremely frustrated 12-year-old who may have been the first goalie in history to pull himself because we were losing so badly. He's grown so much into a talented and dedicated WHL drafted and signed 15-year-old who led his team from barely making the playoffs to taking them to the championship final game. Even though we ended up losing the final game, this recipient received the Most Valuable Player Award of this year's playoffs. And now the winner of this year's Randy Brownlee Top Goaltender Award goes to Drake Mooney.
Good evening. My name is AJ Paulson, and I'm presenting the Randy Brownlee Top Goalie Award tonight. This award recognizes a teammate who consistently demonstrates dedication to their craft, work ethic each and every day, and resilience between the pipes. Whether it's during games or practices, this guy brought high energy, enthusiasm, a calming sense of positivity, and the ability to make big saves in the biggest of moments. I especially admired the intensity he brought in practices, like when he chased Kelly around the ice, hoping to use his stick as an axe, or when he flipped his net mid-drill because his defensive support was non-existent. The winner of this year's Randy Brownlee Top Goalie Award is Micah Davidson.
All right, it's almost time to eat, but before we do that, one of the things that I think pretty much every single one of you that have come on a tour here have heard something about the academics here at BCA with our PHA athletes. Every time I do a tour, Mrs. Lewis, our principal, tells the parents just about the success of our athletes and the partnership of BCA and PHA. I believe it's still somewhere between 80 and 85% of all of our athletes that have come through in the past 8 years have been on the honor roll or higher. And so this is one of our maybe prized awards because of that, being an education-based league and being a partner with BCA to see how hard our kids work in school. And so it's my privilege to invite Principal Corey Lewis to present our Chad Gustafson Top Student Athlete Award.
First, I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity to partner with you in nurturing these young minds. They are remarkable young men. We know it was said earlier about what a special group this is. I've been in education a while. This really is a remarkable group. So, our U15 team. This year's top academic student for the U15 team is a remarkable young man, exemplifying exceptional character and integrity. He possesses a mature confidence in his identity and his beliefs. Highly respected by all his teachers, he greets everybody with a warm smile and a friendly hello. This year's U15 top academic student is Hudson Honey. Okay, our U17 AAA team. This year's top academic student for this team is praised by his teachers for being incredibly pleasant, always possessing a twinkle in his eye, and they were very careful to say that it wasn't that he was getting into mischief, a great sense of humor, a diligent student, and an all-around wonderful young human being. It will be no surprise to his peers that this year's top academic athlete is Seth Watson. Okay, the U17 prep. The top athlete is an outstanding individual. He consistently exhibits respect, diligence, and a strong initiative in his learning. He has earned the respect of both his teachers and his peers, and as one of his teachers said, I would like to take a dozen of him. This year's top student athlete on the U17 prep team is Bryden Wagner. And for our U18 prep team, this young man demonstrates exceptional dedication both on and off the ice. He is intentional, incredibly confident, and has a well-thought-out opinion about almost everything. In addition to his commitment to PHA, he has made significant contributions to our SLC, completed additional courses above and beyond online, and participated in multiple international competitions. Honestly, if he spent as much time abroad as he did this year and still maintained an over 96% average, he deserves this award. I actually think he's not even here tonight. Oh, he's here! Lenny Braun. Congratulations.
Well done, Lenny. Good job, buddy. All right, now it's time to eat. What I'm going to do is when we get started, we're going to have Mrs. Crocker, one of our BCA teachers who the guys absolutely love. She's going to come and pray for our meal. But just a couple announcements before we go. As we head up, you can actually do 4 lines. So you'll see two tables there, so you can go on both sides. If you are gluten-free, no worries. If you are dairy-free, please look for Brenda. She's going to wave her hand here. And Brenda will help you out just to make sure you get the kind of meal that you need so things don't go badly. What we're going to do is then for the guys who are presenting, I hope you know who you are. If I see you sitting down, I'll come and get you. But we'll get our presenters to go first and our coaches, and then I'll just come around and just start finger tapping tables to let people go up and eat. All right? Ms. Crocker, if you would come and just pray for a meal.
Hi there, I'm Cheryl Crocker, as Kevin said. Many of you won't recognize me at all because I usually only work with the grade 12s, so I know the U18s really well, but hopefully I'll get to meet some of you guys next year. Let's pray. Lord, thank you for another successful hockey season. Thank you for keeping these boys safe. Thank you for bringing them into this community, and you've blessed them in ways that we haven't even seen play out just yet. I know there were challenging times, but you've blessed the staff and the coaches by giving us front row seats and seeing these boys turn into men, and we thank you for that privilege. We thank you for their parents who made major sacrifices to have their kids here this year, and we ask, Lord, that you help each and every player recognize that, just how much their parents and guardians have given up for them. We thank you, Lord, for a night to celebrate and to honor one another. And we thank you for the food we're about to eat, and we pray that you bless it to our bodies. Amen.
Good evening. My name is Declan Street, and I'm excited to be presenting the J.J. Hunter Most Improved Player Award tonight. This award goes to the player who's shown the biggest growth over the course of the season, someone who made the most of every opportunity and committed to getting better every day. This year's winner has shown incredible dedication since day one. He's usually the first guy on the ice, often 25 minutes early, and it's clear how much he loves the game. His passion, consistency, and effort have led major improvements in his game from September to now. We are really proud of how far he's come and can't wait to see what next year holds for him. The winner of this year's J.J. Hunter Most Improved Player Award is Keaton Bauk.
Hello everyone, my name is Braden Thompson and I'm here to present the Most Improved Player Award. This particular player worked consistently hard on the ice and in the gym, and it showed throughout his year with his improvement. He started the year as a quieter guy but quickly became one of the most reliable and well-liked teammates and also friends. This player is one of the most nice individuals you'll ever meet and is always willing to lend a hand when you need one. He became a solid centerman and a great guy to pump your tires. This year's Most Improved Player Award goes to Case Gellner.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ethan Unger, and I'm presenting the J.J. Hunter Most Improved Award tonight. This award recognizes a teammate who consistently demonstrates dedication, resilience, a strong work ethic, and a team-first mindset throughout the season. Whether it's during games, practices, workouts, in the classroom, or even on road trips, this award celebrates the qualities that make someone a role model in our program. I'm honored to be the one presenting it tonight because this year's recipient has truly shown what this award is all about. At the start of the season, this player had potential, but what stood out more than anything was their determination to grow. Day in and day out, they showed up ready to work. They stayed after practice, pushed through tough days, and brought energy and positivity to the team no matter what. One of the most unforgettable moments of the season was in playoffs when they stepped up and scored the shootout winner against OHA Edmonton, the goal that sent us to the finals. In a moment filled with pressure, they stayed calm, confident, and clutch. That wasn't just a highlight, it was a symbol of how far they've come. But their impact wasn't just about one play. This player led by example all year, showing up early, grinding in the gym, encouraging teammates, and always giving everything they had. Watching them grow has been inspiring. They become someone we all look up to and someone who's truly earned this recognition. And now, the winner of this year's J.J. Hunter's Most Improved Award is Jamie Kerwin.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rala Moldy. I am presenting the J.J. Hunter Most Improved Player Award. This award recognizes a teammate who always shows self-discipline, growth, humility, perseverance, and accountability during the season, whether it was during games, practices, workouts, or in the classroom. This award celebrates the qualities that make someone a role model in this program. The person who won this award tonight deserves it because he's the kind of person who shows up every day with determination and a positive attitude. He doesn't just work hard, he listens, he learns, and he leads by example. His improvement didn't happen by accident. It came from consistency and the willingness to grow through every challenge. What makes him even more impressive is that through it all, he never lost his kindness. He lifts people up, supports his teammates, and makes people around him better. Not by just what he does, but by who he is. Earning the Most Improved Award isn't just about stats or skills, it's about character. And he's the kind of guy whose character stands out every single day. And now, the winner of this year's J.J. Hunter Most Improved Award is Chase Kuhn.
Okay, the next award is the Stephen Clements Hardest Worker Award. And our presenters are Patrick Curtis, Xander Watson, Seamus Dillon, and Asher Watson. Please come up, guys.
Good evening. My name is Patrick Curtis, and I'm honored to represent the Stephen Clements Hardest Worker Award tonight. The recipient, the award goes to the teammate who best implicates hard work and dedication both on and off the ice. The recipient of this award showed what it means to never take a shift off, whether it has always focused and always looking for ways to improve. In the gym, he pushed himself every single day, not settling for anything less than his best. Off the ice, he handled adversity of the injury with incredible character. Instead of stepping back, he stepped up, taking on the role of temporary equipment manager and helping out wherever he could and continuing to lead by example. He brought integrity, humility, and consistency to everything he did. The winner of this year's U15 Stephen Clements Hardest Worker Award is Declan Streets.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to say a quick thanks to the parents, families, and friends coming out today and making this event possible. It really shows to us players how much you really love us and really supports this facility. And without further ado, this year I had the privilege to hand out the Hardest Worker Award. With the team we had a lot of people that could have earned this. Everybody was doing their best, working as hard as they can and doing everything they can to help and support this team. But one guy stood out the most to me. I've known this guy for quite a while now, and since day one, since I met him, and to the present day, he has not changed. And what I really honor about him is that he does not let other people's actions or their ways of living affect his morals, goals, and mindset. It'll be, even if it's from the bus all the way to the ice, This guy, even if it's 2 in the morning, everybody will be sleeping. This guy is doing homework, watching film, talking to the coaches, making sure he's doing everything he can do to get better at the game. And not only was he a leader on our team, but he was a real important person to me offside, out of the rink. Sorry about that. And on the ice. And without further ado, I'd like to nominate number 15, Braden Thompson.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Seamus Dillon. I will be presenting the Stephen Clements Hardest Worker Award tonight. This award recognizes a player who consistently shows extreme work ethic and dedication throughout the season. Whether it's during games, practices, workouts, or in the classroom, this award celebrates someone who always goes the extra mile. I'm honored to be the one presenting it tonight because this year the recipient has truly shown what this award is all about. This year's winner is one of the funniest guys on the team and is always in a good mood. Countless times he has done whatever it takes for his team to win. And now, the winner of this year's Hardest Worker Award is Luke Pratt.
All right, good evening, everyone. Today I get the honor to present the Stephen Clements Hardest Worker for our U18 preps here. This award, it's given to the guy who consistently represents, not like his program on and off the ice. He's the guy who works hard. He has the will, the drive, and the compassion to show up day in and day out. This guy, I've never seen a guy come and work so hard and then still be willing to go and work out. And some days, it doesn't do him a very good favor when we got killer leg day from Travis and he hit legs the night before. This guy, he brings it every single day. At practice, we can butt heads and we'll go into the corners and almost want to kill each other, but we'll get up, we'll laugh because we're line mates. This guy, he just keeps going. Like, he's got so much work ethic that it almost clouds, it almost like freezes the gears up in the brain sometimes. He works so hard, he comes back to the bench and he doesn't even know what he did. He doesn't know if it was good or if it was bad, if he did the right thing or not, but he just kept going and he worked so hard that it works. This guy brings the energy to our team and it sparks a fuse in the entire roster. It was an honor to play with this guy, and he was one killer of a line mate. And for this year's Hardest Worker Award, it goes to Grant Glee.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to just do you a little favor here. Mrs. Lewis has asked me to remind you, recipient. Oh, I love it. All right. The next is the John Barkman Leadership Award, and our presenters are going to be Caleb Crow, Aiden Massey, Mason Smith, and Cale Pratt. Please come up, guys.
Good evening. My name is Caleb Crow, and I'm honored to be representing the U15 John Barkman Leadership Award tonight. This award goes to a player who leads through his actions, someone who consistently shows humility, discipline, care for his teammates, and respect for his coach both on and off the ice. This year's recipient never complained and always asked to be pushed harder. He led by example in every area, always picking up pucks, always helping clean the room, always the last one on the bus, making sure nothing was left behind. He brought energy to our team, showed gratitude to our coaches, and supported everyone around him without ever needing the spotlight. The winner of this year's John Barkman Leadership Award is Hudson Honey.
Hello, I'm Aiden Massey. So I'm doing the U17 AAA Leadership Award. I'm really proud to talk about someone who's made a big difference on our team. He's been the guy you could come to if you ever needed help. And this guy might not be the loudest guy out there, but he always leads by example, using actions over words. He always shows up, works hard, and puts the team first. He is respectful, smart, and always ready to help someone out. When we needed someone to step up, he always filled that role without any questions, and he always did an amazing job. He was the kind of teammate everyone could count on. That's what a real leader looks like. You've been a great role model, and you deserve this award. The winner of the John Barkman Leadership Award is Xander Watson.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mason Smith, and I'm honored to present the John Barkman Leadership Award tonight. This award recognizes a teammate who consistently demonstrates leadership, dedication, work ethic, and resilience. This player most certainly led with his work ethic and dedication on and off the ice. Whether it was when we needed energy in a game, this player would do his best to bring it, either scoring a goal or making a big hit. And now, the winner of this year's John Barkman Leadership Award is Lucas Graham.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kel Pratt, and I'm presenting, as you know, the John Barkman Leadership Award. This award recognizes a teammate who's consistently demonstrating his leadership and hard work throughout the season, whether it's during games, practices, workouts, in the classroom, or even on road trips. This award celebrates the qualities that make someone a role model in our program. I'm honored to be presenting this award tonight because this year the recipient has truly shown this award is what this award is all about. This player was a huge part of our success this year by being reliable in the defensive zone and having a voice in the dressing room. Even though he comes from the other side of the world, he is well looked up to in the dorms, on the ice, and in the classroom. It is always funny to hear him and another teammate chirp at each other about the smallest things like being stinky or having Toblerone eyebrows. And now the winner of this year's John Barkman Leadership Award is Leonard Braun.
All right, moving on, we have the Kevin Smith Most Valuable Player Award. So our presenters for this one are Noah Delorier, Reed Kawaguchi, Dane Chalupa, and I believe Chase Kuhn. Coming up for Henry? All right, here we go.
Good evening. My name is Noah Delorier, and I'm honored to present the U15 Kevin Smith Most Valuable Player Award. This award goes to the player who had the biggest impact on our team's success, someone we relied on in every situation, and who showed up with consistency, competitiveness, and character every single day. From day one, this player was eager to learn, constantly asking questions, and always keeping Coach Connor on his toes. His greatest strength was his consistency, not just how he played defensively, but in how he improved every single practice and in game. He was trusted in all situations, and we asked a lot of him this year. Whenever it was a game-winning goal, a momentum-shifting hit, or a desperate play to stop a scoring chance, he was always in the mix, uplifting his teammates, especially his D partners, and quietly leading by example. The winner of this year's Kevin Smith Most Valuable Player Award for the U15 team is Addison Warner.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Reed Kawaguchi. I'm a forward on the U17 AAA team,
and I'm here tonight to present the most valuable player for our team. This year, our most valuable player was one of our PHA vets who really helped us and showed us what it was like to represent PHA with his leadership and his hard work most of the time. He had some bad games, but a lot more good games, showing up when it mattered most, whether that was when we, in a shootout, in overtime, or when we were down by one with a couple minutes to go, as you saw with a couple highlights. I believe he should have won MVP for our whole league, but without question, he's winning it for our team, taking home his third PHA award and his second of the night, the PHA U17 AAA Most Valuable Player goes to Tyson Ross.
Good evening. My name is Dane Chalupa, and I will be presenting the Kevin Smith Most Valuable Player Award for U17 Prep. This award recognizes a teammate who constantly shows high compete level, consistency, leadership, and dedication to getting better every day, all year. Whether it was games, workout practices, or road trips, this person was always a role model and drove the pace no matter what the circumstances were. I'm honored to be presenting this award tonight because the recipient is a great example of what this award is all about. Here are the reasons why I believe this person deserves this award. They always brought their A game, pushed their teammates to do better in practices and in the gym, and they always put in extra work outside, whether it's running on the beach or working out in the gym or grounding for 2 hours outside. I'm very excited to see where his hockey career takes him, and I'm very proud of everything he's accomplished this year. He's also not just my friend, but he's family, so this award goes to Seamus Dillon.
Hello again. If you missed me earlier, my name is Chase Kuhn, and I'm presenting the Kevin Smith Award for our MVP on the U18 Preps. Our MVP this year always put his heart in everything he did. On the ice, he was definitely a role model. He worked really hard, and he didn't let anything get in his head. In clutch moments, he was always ready and stable and very reliable. Besides from being on the ice, he's not just a valuable player, I think he's also a very valuable person. I've only known him for a year, but he was the first guy's hand that I shook when I walked through the doors on day one. Since then, I think he's become a pretty close friend, and I've cherished many moments with him. I think I can speak for a lot of us in here that we all look up to him. He's a good guy and a great hockey player. With all that being said, well, Rylan Moldy, please come get his award.
Our last presenter had to go to the prom, so well done, Chase, for pinch hitting there, bud. Our next award is a very special award. It's going to be presented by our equipment manager, Daryl Osborne, someone that our guys really appreciate, does so much work behind the scenes. And this is sort of a highlight award for the whole academy. It's our Royden Taylor Blue and Gold Award. So let's invite Daryl Osborne up to present that.
Good evening. I have the privilege of presenting the Royden Taylor Blue and Gold Award. This is the last of the awards of the evening, so I'll try and be brief, but I also think that this is the most important award that we give out as an academy. Every year we give this award out to players of the team that best exemplifies what we see as the Prairie way: grace, respect, integrity, toughness. Grace first for yourself, then for others. Respect for every person at all times. Integrity, you do what you say you're going to do. And toughness, you get the job done. Many of your students will have experienced me asking them how their weekend road trips went. when they come back on Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays or Thursdays. Early in the year, guys will be quick to respond saying, oh, good, we won, or not so great, we kind of lost. Regardless of their answer, I'll kind of smile at them and say, yeah, like, I know the scores of your games, I follow. But I don't really care when I'm asking this question whether you won or lost. I care about how you guys treat each other. When things are going well, when things are going hard, how you guys treat each other as a team, how you lift each other up, push each other forward. By the end of the season, most of them will answer by telling me fun things they did on the trip, or if they had moments where they got after each other on the bench. They'll realize as the season starts to go on that treating each other well and being there for each other in good and bad is really important. More often than not, that leads to success. Maybe not success in winning every game, but as Justin had said to me very early in my time here, and I've kind of taken it as like a measure of success here. I can't say whether or not this year was successful until a few years, 10, 15 years down the road, when these young men are out in the world leading, treating their families well, treating their friends, their co-workers, their communities well. That kind of success doesn't start here at PHA. That kind of success starts with our student athletes, parents, and guardians. So I really want to thank all of you for your work and these young men. It's always a joy to see the great young men that come through our halls here. So for our U15 Blue and Gold Award winner this year, this young man came into the season on the wrong foot. Well, an injured foot. He didn't let that hinder him though. He worked tirelessly all year long, was always welcoming, inclusive of all of his teammates, anybody that he came into contact with all year. So please join me in congratulating Hudson Honey, winner of this year's U15 Blue and Gold Award. Our U17 team, Blue and Gold Award winner this year, is a terrific example of a young man who puts his head down and just works. He's quiet, dedicated, kind, and certainly not afraid of hard work. He's a great teammate, pushes himself and others forward. So please join me in congratulating Elijah Lodhar for winning this year's U17 Gordon Taylor Award. Sorry, Emily. Our U17 Prep Blue and Gold Award winner wasn't fully committed to coming here before joining us on orientation day. Didn't know where he was going to stay, if he was going to stay, but thankfully he decided that he would join us and has exemplified the Prairie spirit from that day forward. He's been hardworking, respectful, great teammate all year long. Almost always smiling and lifting others up, pushing them forward. Please join me in congratulating Cohen Pierce for winning this year's U17 Gordon Taylor Award. Last year I presented this award and had the excuse of welcoming my daughter 48 hours before for why I stumbled and misspoke. I don't have an excuse this year, but finally our U18 Prep Blue and Gold Award winner. I've had the pleasure of seeing this young man grow for 4 years. He's always been unashamedly himself. Hardworking, compassionate, sure of what is right, and vocal in holding others accountable. Please join me in congratulating Asher Watson for winning this year's U18 Blue and Gold Award. Kevin's going to come and talk.
That's awesome. Well, Daryl, at least you didn't make the excuse like, I never do this. No, well done, Daryl. Yeah, really proud of these young men. I'm going to invite our U18 prep head coach, Evan McFeeters, up. We're going to move into our grad presentations for our U18 team. We've got a few guys that couldn't be here today, so I'm just going to list them off, and then Evan's going to come up and say a few words for the rest of the guys that are here as we honor them. Graduating athletes that were unable to attend tonight include first-year student, number 2, our big train, Ryan Peterson. Yeah. All right. Heading off to the prom, second-year student, number 10, Henry Thunderblanket. All right. The man behind FaceTime, second-year student athlete, number 15, Leonard Braun. And another second-year student, number 18, Luke Meyer.
Thanks, Kevin. So I'm going to introduce the remaining graduates from the U18 team here. When I call your guys' name, you guys can come on up, but I'll say just a quick story about each of these guys. We're going to call up, first off, Chase Kuhn. Come on up. So Chase is from Airdrie, Alberta. I didn't know much about Chase coming into it, but he quickly made an impression on me in the first day. Curly-haired, blonde individual came up to me and said, "Hey, coach, I'm happy to be here. What's it going to take for me to really have success in your hockey team?" It's a pretty impressive question to ask on day one when most of these guys are a little timid to talk to their coach. Some guys are standing in behind each other trying to not make eye contact with me, but yet Chase is coming up straight ahead, shake my hand. What do I have to do to get better? So lots of investment in his own development throughout the year. And as you guys saw today, excellent leader, great public speaker. And on top of that, there's a reason why he won our Most Improved Player Award, and it started day one in September. So we want to appreciate Chase as he's moving on into junior hockey next season and graduating at Briarcrest this past year. The next individual we want to call up is Reed Frazier. So Reed's got one of the best stories. I've been coaching a long time, and Reed's story is pretty cool. Reed, where are you from? I can't remember.
Radville, Saskatchewan.
Reed's from Radville, Saskatchewan. I have no idea where that is. It's a small town, and Reed's story, where he is today to where he started his hockey journey, is quite impressive. So as you probably can assume, Radville? Radville's a pretty small community, so there's no AAA, AA. It's community-based, and hopefully you have enough hockey players to make a hockey team at that age group, and then you move on. That's where Reed grew up playing. And then he came in the Prairie Academy, and he's just worked his way up by being a good person, first and foremost, but having an extraordinary work ethic every day, and a willingness to get better, and a willingness to get out of his comfort zone, and try to expedite his development. So now Reed's going to graduate here. He's going to go on and probably play some junior hockey in Princeton, from what I gather. It's pretty impressive for a player from small town Saskatchewan that had played house league hockey until you were 15 years old. Ages 16 and 17-year-old, you start playing against the best players in Western Canada. And these players maybe are Western League drafted players, signed players. It doesn't really matter. Like I said before, the game's played on the ice. And when the game's played on the ice, Reed was one of the guys that we relied on to give us energy when we needed it the most. He was another voice of the coaching staff, an extension of the coaching staff, because he was so attentive every single day of trying to get better. He wasn't satisfied just being one of the best U18 hockey players in Western Canada. He had aspirations to move on. So I'm pretty impressed for where I met Reed at the start of the year to where he is now. I'm pretty proud of this young man, and I think all you guys should be as well. Next graduate is Hubert LaRose. So I quickly learned that it's not Hubert, it's Hubert. Whatever. I'm not great with names, especially at the start of the year. Robes used to make fun of me because I probably didn't know any of the players' correct names. I just go with nicknames off the hop. So it's been Rosie to me since day one here. And another part of the journey for Rosie here, and you'll see here when he speaks and has a speech, he's got a bit of an accent. So English is his second language, but his second home has become PHA, become Briarcrest. So I'm sure he'll touch on his story, but he's been here for 2 years in a row, living in the dorms, and he's become a huge fabric in the community here. So I see the hockey side of things. I'm across the street, and I see these guys as athletes, but I also get a touch of the human side as the season goes on. Where I get the stories from Miss Crocker and other people in the faculty, that this guy is a man amongst boys, and that's not a discrediting anyone else, but he has a presence about him. He has a presence about him, a maturity about him, that he's got, like I said with Reed, aspirations to greater things than this, whether it's going to be hockey related or as a young man. So he's graduating here as a 2-year graduate, coming from the other side of the country, learning a new language, getting comfortable with a new language. Cairnport is a small town, as we're all aware, a little bit different than where he's from. And now he's going to graduate and he's going to play junior hockey in Alberta next year. The other piece for Rosie, and maybe I'll talk to the coaching staffs from last year, but he actually played varsity and then moved into the U18 prep group. So the information I got, because I took this opportunity late in the offseason last year, that he's a bit undersized. He didn't love going into the corners. He had lots of skill. He could skate fast, but he had to put it together. But then I saw this kid play in September. I was like, I don't know if I agree with that assessment. I think the kid's got a bit of a dog in him. And I think that just translated because his practices continue to get better. And he ended up rising to the occasion for us many times, including scoring one, probably the biggest goals for the U18 prep history. I don't want to speak for anyone else for years prior, but this is coming from Robes. To be the team that we beat on home ice the way we did, coming off a Rosie stick, is pretty impressive. So put your hands together for Hubert LaRose. Would you like to?
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Hubert LaRose. I'll just start with thanking everyone, my family, for the opportunity to be at PHA this year again. I also want to thank my coach, Daryl, Travs, and our dorm staff, and of course our teachers. I am grateful for everything. As some of you guys know, I'm from far away, and at first I was kind of scared to leave home for so many reasons, mainly because I couldn't speak English. And leaving my family as well. But last year I had a lot of adaptation to do, like learning how to do school in English or having a normal conversation with my teammates. And yeah, one thing that stands out to me is how the people here in Cairnport are great people. They listen and care for others. They share the kindness with me and showed me how this little town is full of people with big hearts. And PHA gave me a second family, teammates and coaches who wake up every day to help me become a better person on and off the ice. I am forever grateful for the 2 amazing years that Prairie gave me and the people I've met along the way. I wish our organization the best in the future. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Rosie. Rosie's, his most used term throughout the year was, "That's enough, Grant." The next graduate we're going to call up here, now we're moving into our 3-year graduates. So guys that have been part of the program here and as well as the school for 3 consecutive years, AJ Paulson. AJ's everyone's big, I was going to say brother, but more of an uncle to our team, or players on our team. Not just because of his stature, with his physical presence in the dressing room, just the way he can calm and explain to our guys to stay in the moment. So we were fortunate enough to play in some big moments this year in important hockey games, and you guys will all play in bigger and more important games moving on. But in those moments where we needed we needed guys to perform. Performance in the moment's a big thing of being an elite hockey player, an elite athlete, where AJ, I wouldn't have to go into the dressing room, where I can just listen in and kind of peek my head around. And AJ, without really saying anything, walking through the room, and maybe because he's bigger and he can physically probably beat these guys up, he can walk through the room and just calm everyone down in pressure situations. And that's a huge indicator of how confident this young man is, and he's a great speaker. He's going to speak on his time here. And not only is he graduating 3 years out of here, he's going to go back to his hometown and play junior hockey, which is pretty special. So a lot of you guys are going to play junior hockey eventually in your lives, but to play in your hometown and have that opportunity, it takes a special person. There's extra pressure to play in your hometown. The microscope's on top of you, especially in the community of Humboldt where he's from, and he's going to play with the Broncos. He's going to be likely, and I'm not the coach of that team, but I certainly have called his future coach and said, in due time, he's going to be your captain. So give it up for AJ Paulson.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to try and keep this one on the shorter side, mainly because my boy Asher still has to do his speech, and I don't want to be here all night. I just want to start off by thanking my family for giving me the opportunity to come to PHA for the last 3 years. Without them, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to make the countless friendships that I've made during my time here. I also want to thank all the PHA coaches and staff, except for Micah. Robe said not to thank Micah because he's a bum. I'm just kidding, of course. I am forever grateful for all the time and effort you all put into making us great hockey players, and more importantly, better people. In my time here, I've learned that developing life champions isn't just a motto, because each and every one of you strive to achieve this with every student athlete at PHA through leading by example in all that you do. I also want to thank my teachers and the BCA staff for supporting me through hours of extra help when I was struggling to understand certain concepts in school. And also just being there to listen when I had a question or just needed advice. Last, but certainly not least, I want to thank every single one of my teammates I've had during these past 3 years. You have all helped push me to be the best version of myself in all aspects of life, and the source of core memories that I will cherish forever. You guys are what makes it all worth it at the end of the day. And to close, I just want to share one piece of advice to all the current and future PHA players, and that is to enjoy every moment, because as Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Thank you.
Told you he's captain material. Next graduate to come on up. Now we're moving to the four-year graduates. So we're talking guys that have spent the entire high school, I was going to call it career, academic career, the entire high school time from 9th grade all the way to 12th grade. They're going to graduate here from BCA as well as PHA. So these guys are the reason why there's such a culture. Everyone talks about culture here. These guys are the drivers of the culture. So these are the individuals, like I mentioned before. I came in late last year, didn't really know what I was getting myself into looking around, but I did like what I saw in terms of what Justin was speaking about, what Eric was speaking about. But at the end of the day, it's the hockey players. And so these individuals here have been for a long time, and these are guys I actually relied on in September and October just to learn more about the school, the teachers, relationships, how things work around here. So we're going to start, we're going to call up Cam Beisel. Quick story, it could be a little bit longer, on Cameron. So Cameron actually missed the first couple days of training camp, our goalie. So I was like, okay, what's going on here? He's a great baseball player. I understand that. He's a multi-sport athlete. So whatever, he comes in. We got all the players coming in, like I said, from all over Western Canada. We're trying to build a team, a bunch of average players that turned into a good hockey team. And then Cam comes in. I've never seen him face to face. One Zoom call maybe. He's eating a piece of pizza. He's drinking iced tea. What's up, coach? Okay, I see what I'm getting myself into here. So my next stop is right into Daryl's, D-Money we call him, right into his office. I'm like, what's going on with their goalie? Not only did he miss the first couple days, he's coming in here, he's cool breezing it with the coach. Yo, what's up, coach? Eating a piece of pizza in our dressing room, drinking an iced tea before practice. Where are we? And Daryl quickly said, Evan, you're gonna love him. With your personality, once you realize Cam's personality, he's gonna be your ultimate emotional, I wouldn't say support person, but he'll give you the pulse of the dressing room and he'll be honest with you, and his teammates love him. And sure enough, after he finishes pizza, after he finishes his iced tea and he got dressed 5 minutes before the ice time, he worked his butt off in practice, where I was impressed, to the point where we had to like shovel him off the ice, and maybe that had something to do with his diet, but we got him off the ice. So like I said, long story, appreciate it, but Cam meant a lot to our hockey team. I know he means a lot to a lot of the staff in here, a lot of the PHA staff and school staff, just because of the personality he brings. So anytime something that needed to be said within our dress room that maybe the players couldn't deal with themselves because they are young men, he would bring it to me. Whether he had a C on his jersey or not, because our goaltenders can't have captaincy rules, he was a captain with our hockey team. And he's not just a captain with our team, I think he's a captain amongst all the players here in the black polo shirts. So I'll hand over the mic here to Cameron Beisel.
I'm keeping it short and sweet because you guys got a long one next, but there's so many, it's unlimited memories here. I'd like to thank my teachers, coaches, parents, workout instructors. There's an unlimited list of people. I can't thank enough. They've shaped the person that I am today, even though the diet's coming along. I wouldn't be here standing on this podium without them, so thank you guys all very much.
And Travis isn't going to appreciate me saying this, but I don't care what you eat, Cam, as long as you stop the puck. Next player we're going to bring up, you guys are very familiar with this last name, Cale Pratt. So Cale's got the extra pressure of being the middle brother, right? Okay, so he's got an older brother that's graduated. He's probably already done this speech before, playing junior hockey in Manitoba. He's got younger brother coming up in the footsteps, bigger than him, so maybe bullies him away from home. Now Cale has to speak in front of you guys, but before that, Cale's one of the first players that I was just, when I first saw, just really wanted to be a winning hockey team. A piece of a winning hockey team. And he came up to me, he's like, Coach, whatever you need from me, I'm willing to do it. And I was like, well, perfect, because I have no idea anyone's name. I'm not even calling Robes at that time, it's Eric, before we really get to know each other. And he's actually a player I leaned on a lot, just in terms of getting to know individuals. The hockey's the hockey. Okay, you can watch hockey games and I can see if you can skate fast, shoot hard, whatever. But for really coaching and really getting the most out of guys, you need to know the person. And it's tough when you're coming in and you don't know these guys. It's not like junior hockey where you can come in and see them when they're 14, 15, 16, and then you build a relationship. You come in here on check-in day. Like I said, the players are scared to talk to you, and then all of a sudden you're into the season. You got to get to know these guys as quick as possible. So at the end of each practice, Cale would come to me as we're picking up pucks together, and I would just chat. Like, tell me about Micah. What's he like in the dressing room? Tell me about Asher. What's he like in the dressing room? Oh, Asher's been here for this long. And it really gave me an understanding of what we are all about for our hockey team. And we eventually built that identity through Cale's communication to me. And maybe he did not receive the leadership award because our captain did. But let me tell you, he was certainly in the conversation here. So I'll turn it over to Cale Pratt.
Thanks, Ev. Well, Robes asked me to say a couple words about the time I spent at PHA. So I've spent my last 4 years here, starting off with the U15 prep inaugural season, then jumping to U16 prep during the last season, that it was a league. Then I played U17 prep last year for Rob. And then finally in my last year, I played on the U18 prep. Over these last few years, I've had some of the greatest memories that will last a lifetime. Like how, not gonna say any names, but this individual tickled their coach's bum on the bus. Not this year, last year. I wouldn't have been able to have such great memories and create long-lasting friendships that will last a lifetime if it weren't for my parents, Jen and Darren. They put the money out to let my dream of being a hockey player come to reality. I just want to thank them for helping me financially so I could be here. I also want to say thank you to all the coaches I've had for believing me as a player and helping me get to the next level. I also want to thank my brother for leading the way for me throughout these past few years. And then, yeah, that's everything.
As much as they gave Rosie some accolades for scoring a big goal for Prairie Academy, Kale won us a hockey game with 7 seconds left in a do-or-die game. The game that, when everything could go wrong, did go wrong for us, including Cam having to be carried off the ice and spending the night in the hospital. He's fine. Kale scored with 7 seconds left to beat Edge. Next four-year vet or graduate, hockey term, sorry, graduate, Ryla Moley. So as you guys are aware, Molds was the captain of our hockey club this past year. When we do our voting, we allow our players a voice in recognizing who they want their leader to be. It wasn't a unanimous decision in terms of being the captain because there's lots of excellent leaders as you guys are experiencing tonight. But Ryland got a vote from every single one of his teammates to whether it would be the captain or an alternate captain. From there, he really took ownership of that responsibility throughout the year, whether it was staying out late after practice, pushing our group on the ice, staying late, because I know he's got lots of chores to do at home, where he's like, Ev, I got to get out of here, I got some fencing to do. He would stay back and we'd just have conversations, whether it was about our team, where we're at as a group on the ice, emotionally, where he's at as a hockey player, his aspirations to continue to playing hockey at the next level. And he just got more and more important to our hockey team as the season went on. Like I said, it started by being named captain, but he ended up just taking more responsibility on the ice, whether it was the guy that we needed to jump on our power play to help that go, whether it was a guy playing against the other team's best players, whether it was a guy that needed to block a shot in overtime in an elimination game and put his body on the line, face first. That was our guy, and that just became the expectation of our hockey club. And that just starts with the guy at the top, and that was Moldy from day one. So I want to hand it over to four-year veteran or graduate here, Ryla Moldy.
Okay, I just want to say thanks to my coaches for believing in me, challenging me, and showing me what it means to be dedicated, focused, and resilient. You guys didn't just coach the game, you coached the person behind the jersey, and I'm forever grateful for you guys. I'd also like to thank my teammates for always pushing me to be better every single day, whether it was during drills or games. Your energy, passion, and support made me better, not just as a player, but as a person. And my parents, thank you for unconditionally supporting me throughout these 4 years. From early mornings to late nights and some tough losses, you were always there, cheering me on and standing by my side. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here right now, and I wouldn't have had 4 years of unforgettable memories at PHA.
Okay, we got one more four-year graduate, and I don't know if it was Daryl mentioned this. We're going to bring Asher up here, but Asher has actually won the Blue and Gold Award for 3 straight years. So I don't need to get into too much detail because number one, he's going to have a long speech here from what I gather. But I think that goes without saying, or you guys can read between the lines of how important Asher is to our whole school here, especially the academy across the street. If there's someone that needed to go the extra mile and raise the standard and move the needle, it was our guy right here. He also battled through a lot of adversity this year in terms of bumps and bruises and injuries. It was impossible to keep him off the ice. He just wanted to do what was best for his teammates to help his team win here. So I'm going to hand it over quickly to Asher Watson.
All right, as you guys have heard, I am the guy with the crazy long speech, but that's what 4 years will get you. Like everyone else, I'd like to start with thanking everyone, like the players that I got to play with. You know, you got to see some really high-end talent. You got to see guys who started with guys you never knew, and then now I'm ending my minor hockey career with brothers. And then for the staff, from day one, they've been like, it's been unbelievable. Like, there's something really unique here. And in that staff, you know, Daryl, he's my day one. He's my chat. He's the guy I'll go and chat to after, whether it's practice, game, or the weekend. And if anyone's got some sort of complaint about equipment, I'm the guy who's got to tell them. And then in the school, you know, our schools as well, it's something really special. And everyone on that staff puts their heart and soul into everything they do, and they pour into all of us, the students. All right, so I wrote this, and I normally go rogue because I don't like reading, but I wrote this, and I'm going to try my best to follow it. But you know, this 4-year journey started way before Prairie. You know, but this journey's been like a kicking bronco, or for some of my 4-year vets, just a horse. And if you know, you know. And I don't know, it's been unreal. Like, and putting on the blue and gold sweater for 4 years has been something that I'm going to hold on for the rest of my life. As a small town Saskatchewan boy, like, I just mindlessly wait in class all summer, just dreaming to be on the ice. I'm going to go out there early, I'm going to go out there on practice, and I'll be the last guy off because I wanted to go for an hour of shinny. My mom knows all about it because I'd have my 10 o'clock bowl of cereal before I have to get up for school the next morning. And I don't know, hockey's been in my blood since the start, being a 2-year-old little boy crawling around in the Clipper dressing room when my dad coached a college team, all the way to right here where I'm speaking in front of you today. Hockey, it's a special sport. Like, being able to lace up the skates and hold onto a stick, it's a special type of joy. Whether you're playing street hockey with the guys, you're simulating that you're going to score that Game 7 goal for your favorite NHL team to win the Stanley Cup, or being out here practicing with these guys every day for 10 months. But just like the cliche, there's more to life than hockey, but there's also a lot of stuff outside of hockey that pours into your life in there. I was lucky enough to be brought up in a Christian home where my parents believe in preaching proper ethical and moral rights right from the start. And when the little angel who drank his bottle faster than I could drive my car 0 to 60, I was also a handful of trouble. And if I was misbehaving, I was sure to get the lecture, the discipline, but that turned me into the man that I was today. My dad preached culture and leadership right from the start. Not only was he my dad, he was my coach on and off the ice. When that quote with when the world's bigger than just hockey, they're right. But hockey can be used as a powerful tool to strive for something greater, and that's exactly what Prairie is planning to develop, the life champions. As a kid, you think about the future and you dream big because you want to be in the NHL, and you're told to dream that big. But being a house league hero, you weren't expected to go very far. But my parents pushed me because they believed if you put your mind to it, you can get the job done. And yeah, even if it means you're ending your career playing rec hockey with your old man, or in this case, playing one game, setting the record for 13 points in one game, but being the sloppiest guy out there. Evan, you would have loved the game feed on that one. the biggest thing about Prairie was I started here with the Crusaders hockey program and spring hockey, and it was just, they believed in hockey with a difference. And I believe Prairie's held that out for all 4 of my years here. And during these 4 years, I've heard many great speeches, and I've heard, and some of them compared to the big ones and the ones that blow up in your TikToks or the ones that make you want to run through a wall. I've heard them all. But the one thing that stuck with me the most is that you just need to enjoy the moment. You got to soak everything up, and there's always something that you can learn, positive or negative. And then back to my childhood. In my Pee Wee year, my dad brought a book by John C. Maxwell called Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn. This was instilled in me right from a young age, learning that you can learn from anything, whether you get blown out 15-0 to NAX in my first year here, or you win the championship in House League. There's something that you could take away from it. And little would I know that that little book and all the other ones he gave me would shape me into the man that I am today. I've learned to try my best to cherish every moment on and off the ice, and my mom gives me a hard time to make sure I play with a smile. Because she knows, and I do myself, that I play my best when I'm here enjoying the game that I love. And that smirk can come out anywhere, whether I blow up a kid or get sat right in my ass, pardon my French, but I could get right back up and I'll smile right at the guy, and it could be you're gonna get it now, or it's, I'm gonna kill you, keep your head up smile. I've known right from a childhood that I wasn't necessarily the flashy type of player. And my dad said I was gonna have to bring my lunch bucket every day, and I think it paid off. The motivation and awareness that a man needs, it starts with himself. But as a group, that one job set by yourself can turn into something way bigger. The little benchmarks you set at the start of the year can change an entire culture. And whether it's us being the underdog team and becoming that Cinderella story that the league always talks about, even though we all know we're not the Cinderella story. We're the bunch of barn dogs, right, Ev? But I don't know, it's unreal. These 4 years have been amazing, but it doesn't necessarily mean everything's been easy. And I don't know, and through the ups and the downs and all the adversity, that's where the true leaders are shown. And I've seen many throughout my time here. And those guys can be the guys who put the team on the shoulder in the last minute of the game to score a big goal, or they can be the guy who rallies the team up before the third period to create something great, like a 3-goal comeback with 4 minutes. But the one thing that I really want to leave all of you guys with is that, it's just to really hit on that common cliche that life is bigger than hockey, especially for you players. The relationships and the legacy you leave behind not only affect your future, but it can affect the way that this program and other things go on. And it could be whether it's in your job or just the way that you've chosen to live out your life, you can make a difference. Fortunately, some of us who have been here and the people that are coming in, you have the opportunity to continue building this program. I came in from the start in our U15 year, and if you saw our group, we looked like a bunch, it was pretty, it was a funky little group, but there was a lot of great guys. And I don't know, you need to set a goal and live your life with the standards and the morals that both your parents and this program preach. One small action can change your life, but it can change the life of others. Community is the biggest word that I use to sum up this program. It starts with a bunch of individuals coming from separate families to create one big family. And that family creates an impact on each player in this program, their brothers, their sisters, relatives. It can make an impact on other players, teams, communities, or organizations. And this program offers so many tools for you to use for the rest of your life. In our leadership class at the start of the year, we were asked what your personal philosophy is. If I was allowed to gamble, I'd put $5 on almost all of you that you guys don't remember what yours was. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to think about that. And when you leave here tonight, I want you to remember that personal philosophy because it's something way bigger than you could imagine. For myself, I set out to be a Christ-like man of integrity who seizes every opportunity. And nobody's perfect because I know that I haven't followed it every single day, but it's a goal that I'm shooting for. Every day presents you with an opportunity to inflict something into someone's life. Whether it's a simple gesture or a big old hug to your mom, you can do anything. And the amount of sacrifice that you have to put on it's detrimental. And that little action can completely turn someone else's life around. And once again, fortunately for everyone, you don't need to sacrifice your whole life, but you have a choice. For 24 hours, 7 days a week, every day of your life, you get to choose to make a difference. And the words on the wall in our dressing room doesn't just need to be another phrase. It can be the difference in how you choose to move forward and how others choose to live their life. Finally, to wrap things up, I'm going to leave you with one more thing. Whether you're a believer in Christ or not, Mark chapter 10, verse 45 states, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life for ransom for many." Every day of your life is an opportunity where you get to breathe and live your life to the fullest, but once again, it's a choice that you get to make and whether or not you're going to choose to affect all these other people. You can choose to become the life champions you came here to be or go through the motions. From here on out, I want each and every one of you, player, staff, or relatives, to make the choice that's sitting in the back of your mind. I want you to cherish every last moment because you never know what's in store for you in the future and how your one decision can grow to become a life-changing action. You can choose to live your life for the glory of God or just for the sake of making a difference. Everyone can lead, and that can start today. Thank you.
So as a hockey coach, you spend a lot of time with these guys on the bus, on the road trips, and hotels. And sometimes you overhear things you probably don't want to hear, especially with 16 and 17-year-old teenage males. But this group this year, I overheard them asking each other, or I guess voting, on who would you prefer to date your sister? Well, as you can see, Asher Watson was the winner of that as well. I appreciate all you guys coming up, sharing your guys' story and talking on behalf of your teammates in the academy here. To close things out here, we're going to call up our president here, Justin Simpkins, to say a few words. And before he does that, guys, I just want you guys to give Justin a big round of applause here. The guy's an incredible leader. He leads from behind, meaning that he allows people the freedom to work and to get the best of everyone's ability here. So as much as we wanted to thank everyone, let's make sure that we acknowledge Justin's work and effort here as well.
Okay, everyone. I always come up here with something I want to say, and I get up here and get overwhelmed because my heart just feels really full after listening to those grad speeches. And it's okay if we cried, because I did a little bit, but it comes really full circle. My wife and I will be married 18 years this July, which puts us, married just around when Asher Watson was born. And I actually happened to be playing for Asher's dad, Calvin, here at the college, and we were married as college students. And remember that toddler that he talked about that could drink his bottle really, really fast? Well, my new bride of about 3 months or so had the opportunity, because we all had to hit the road early in the year for a road trip. She had the opportunity to take care of that young toddler at about 4 months old. That might have been why we didn't have children for 8 years. I can't remember, but and so here we are. I had the opportunity to coach some of these young men, Cam, Beisel, and others, and Asher inside of this Crusaders hockey program, and seeing them from grade 5 or 6 to graduating today is really fulfilling. So before I go, I do have an opportunity. We don't actually have a hard award for this yet. I really hope someday we have something special. But every year we take the chance just to recognize a staff member. At times it's been looked upon as like a Coach of the Year award. But we've tried to name this award a man built for others. And the reason why we call it that is just because in a lot of these coaches give a lot of their time here in coaching. It's different than a minor hockey program in the sense where we might just show up for practice one night and then go do our day job. These guys are doing a lot of work throughout the days. They're over in the dorms in the evenings. Sometimes when there's discipline or anything like that, they're up late at night to have conversations, and they give a lot of themselves. Daryl came up earlier and talked about grit. He talked about our blue and gold and just somebody that exemplifies that grit mantra that we have here at Prairie Hockey Academy. And so we surveyed a few staff members and just to find out, who would you think is deserving this year of our award that's called a Man Built for Others. And so I only have a card for this person tonight because we don't have a plaque made yet. And I know this person as Agent 001. You know them as Robes. Can we call him up here, please? Sorry, he wanted to talk. I said no. Have you seen this guy on a mic? I asked him why he didn't have his bow tie on today. He said he's because he's not emceeing. So anyway, we're good. Okay. I'll be quick here if I can. Gentlemen, this academy exists because of you guys. And I'm reminded that when I heard some people talk that a number of years ago, I read this piece by a gentleman by the name of Warren Bennis, who wrote a bunch of leadership books, and he talked about there's 3 biggest fears in the world today, and this was, jeepers, 20 years ago. And in those 3 biggest fears, the number 1 fear was the threat of nuclear war, okay? The number 2 fear was a widespread disease, go figure. And then the number 3 fear was an ever-increasing leadership crisis in our world. And I thought to myself at that point in time, like, what are we doing to our next generation to develop leaders? And this is when we started Crusaders Hockey and some different pieces. We're like, well, we can use the power of hockey to develop life champions. But there's a heavy weight that's put on that. So when I think about when a life champion, when you've been built into by somebody else, you have a responsibility as a life champion to develop other life champions, right? And I see a lot of you're being talked about tonight in conversation here that you're doing that amongst your peers, and that's fantastic. So I just want to say that this exists because you guys matter. So good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I should start there. I know that it's a bit of a gift that all 220 of us can get together here as a community and celebrate the incredible work of our student athletes. Their commitment, their growth, their achievements, both on and off the ice. To our graduating athletes, I think most of you guys are over here, congratulations. Your time here has left a real mark, right? We heard from you here, and the mark wasn't just wins or stats. It wasn't the great highlight videos we got to watch, but in the way that you carried yourselves and the character that you've shown and the relationships that you've built. I know that we're all just really proud of you. To our dedicated staff at Prairie Hockey Academy, I think, your time, your energy, your belief in each and every one of these athletes is the foundation of what we do here. And we don't exist without you. So thank you so much for showing up every day with purpose. To our parents, it's hard to say enough. I think, thank you for entrusting us with your kids, your children, your babies. I'm a dad of 3, and just to think about how valuable our kids are and what they mean to us as parents. And so we just don't take it lightly that you entrust us with them. Your support, sacrifice, and faith in our journey, and this journey makes it possible. And to our student athletes, thank you guys for showing up every day. Not just to play, but to grow, right? To be challenged. I know some days hard. You gotta learn, you fail, you rise, you reflect again. And like I said, you're the reason this academy exists. At Prairie Hockey Academy, our purpose has always been more than hockey. Yes, our game days are where we compete, but our real transformation, it happens in quieter moments, right? This is where the work happens. It's in the reflection, it's in conversations, and it's in the wrestling of growth. We believe in using the power of hockey to develop life champions, and that means that learning lessons that go beyond the rink. Sometimes these lessons land right away for us. Hey, when something clicks in a classroom or on the ice or in between period, we learn a lesson, it can land right away. And sometimes they don't return to us for months or even years later, and it's like echoes reminding us of who we are becoming in the process and in our journey. So a major theme this year has been identity. And I think it's a major theme every year. It's just something we talk about a lot. And inside of identity, we're asking and we're answering big questions about who we are. I know Kevin, even really recently has been leading us through Ellen Duffield's work on thriving, reminding us that true growth happens when we nurture these 3 essential parts of ourselves. Number 1 is belonging. And belonging means that, knowing whose we are. Number 2 is being, and that's knowing who we are. And number 3 is contributing. This means living out our values with purpose in what we do and say. Now, this is more than self-help stuff, right? This is, it's a real reminder, actually, if we think about it for a minute, it's a real reminder of actually how God sees us. And that our worth doesn't depend on performance, perfection, or even praise that we might get. That's not where our worth comes from. And I think, as I've reflected this year, one verse that's really stood out to me and to a few other men that I just connect with is this verse out of the Bible, out of a book called Zephaniah. So it's Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 17, and it just talks about, it says, "The Lord your God is with you. He is mighty to save. He takes great delight in you. He will quiet you with his love, and he rejoices over you with singing." And I had to let that sink in for a bit, because there's oftentimes moments where I don't feel like I'm enough. How could somebody take great delight in me? I know my mom loves me, but the creator of our universe, God, does he really take delight in me? Does he really sing over me? And so it's just been a really powerful reminder to me that we're not alone, that we're not forgotten, that we're not defined by our wins or our losses, but by a love that rejoices over us. And so as you head out tonight, whether you're graduating, returning for another season, or maybe starting a new chapter elsewhere, I just hope you remember this, that you're enough, that you are deeply loved, that you're valued for what you, that you're not, sorry, you are valued not for what you do, but for who you are. And I just want to say thank you for the incredible year. And we've even have some alumni in the crowd tonight. It's been awesome to reconnect with a couple guys, have you in the building here. That's it for me. I will close up with some awards here as well. Okay, we're gonna give away some jerseys. This is always a fun piece of it. This, it gets a little hectic, parents, when we start giving away jerseys, just so you know, people are coming and going, and all of a sudden everyone's standing and we're like, are we supposed to leave? So I would say, yes, actually. You don't have to leave here. But I just mean, this is kind of the closing of our program, so we'll take an opportunity. We have some amazing photo spots, whether it's a media backdrop or over a balloon arch. Grab the awards if your son won an award, and take a photo with them as well. And then boys, if your mother's here and there's still a flower on the table, the vase, and you take it and please give it to them, okay? And let them take it home tonight. So let's start here with the U15s with Todd. I'll call up your jersey number and your name, and come on up and grab the jersey from your coach, okay, guys? And we'll just kind of roll through it quickly. We can hold off applause till the end of each team. Let's do that. Okay, let's go with number 1, Patrick Curtis. It's okay. Eric doesn't listen to me either. Okay, we'll go with number 5, James Lanois. Lanois. Number 7, Hudson Honey. Number 8, Hunter Eberly. Number 9, Tristan Reimer. How are we doing here? I'm going too fast. Okay. Maybe we should add the applause back in so we don't have to pause so much. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. That's good. That's good. All right, let's go with number 10, Jacob Palmer. Number 11, Ivy Vermeulen. Did I say number 11? I'm sorry, Ivy. Number 14. Number 15, Declan Street. Number 16, Addison Warner. Number 18, Keaton Bauk. Number 20, Caleb Crow. Number 33, Connor Aldag. Yeah, why am I so short here, Eric? Huh? That's right. Man built for others built me this spreadsheet. Okay, Ben Weens, come on up here, all right? Thank you. And Noah Delorier, come on, bud. Okay. U17, Gary's up here. Let's go. All right, number 2, Tyson Ross. Number 4, Reed Schmalz. Let's go number 6, Luca Iskra. Number 7, Jonas Marquardt. Number 8, Aiden Massey. Number 9, Eric Helland. Number 12, Elijah Lauder. Number 14, Kane Belton. Belton here? It's not here, right? Number 15, Braden Thompson. '16, Jake Meyer. '18, Cashton Smith. Number 19, Xander Watson. Number 20, Reed Kawaguchi. Number 21, Seth Watson. Okay, number 31, Cole Fox. And number 35, Colton Lutz. Come on this side. There we go. Okay. We've got the U17 prep coaches as well. There we go. Okay, number 2, Lucas Graham. Number 3, Cohen Pierce. Number 4, Mason Smith. Okay, number 6, Ethan Unger. Number 7, Lucas Romanuk. Number 8, Luke Pratt. Luke, I forgot my joke up here. Why was the strawberry sad? Because its mom and dad were in a jam. Number 9, Soren Hayden. Number 10, Seamus Dillon. Number 11, Ramsey Thompson. Let's go with number 12, Jamie Kerwin. Number 13, Bryden Wagner. Number 15, Cade Kahovic. Yep. Number 17, Hunter Toth. Number 18, Dane Chalupa. Number 19, Noah Gibson. Number 20, Van Hubner. Number 21, Nixon Friesen. Let's go 29, Drake Mooney. And number 32, Carter Hilbig. Good. Okay. Number 4 for the U18, Reed Fraser. Number 5, Rylan Moldy. Number 7, Chase Kuhn. Number 8, Cale Pratt. Okay, number 13, Hubert LaRose. Number 14, Grant Gleege. Okay, number 16, Asher Watson. Number 19, Rylan Imai. Number 27, AJ Paulson. Number 28, Carter Wingert. Number 30, Micah Davidson. And number 41, Cameron Beisel. Thanks so much for being here tonight, everyone. Please grab some photo opportunities with your student athletes and with others. Thank you again for the great year, and have a safe trip tonight.